Hello and welcome to another Raggy's craft beer review. So there we go, in Raggy's tap room, the home of beer reviews. So massive thank you to Ali and David Hawkins for this beer, and this beer means a lot to me because it gives me the chance to talk about Northern Ireland. So this is from Mourne Mountains Brewery over in Northern Ireland. It's called Wee Honey. It's a Honeycomb Imperial Stout, 9%. Never actually heard of the brewery, to be fair. So Mourne Mountains Brewery on Milton East Industrial Estate in Upper Dromore Road in Warren Point, BT34 3pm. MourneMountainsBrewery.com. So my wife, she was born in Londonderry. She was born on the waterside part of Londonderry. Obviously Protestants and Catholics. She was Protestant, but she's not religious in any way, shape or form. But, you're born into what you're born into. And people believe what they believe. Politics, not really something that I, bother about on the channel. I understand that there is politics, but it's not for me to divulge into, to go into really. Her grandma was lived on Irish Street on the waterside in Derry. So just a little thing there. She's now passed away, but she was a lovely person. So drinking out of a Titanic glass. Titanic, made in Belfast, the original Titanic at least. And here we go. So looking forward to this. It's not often I get to drink anything from Northern Ireland, so it's it means a lot to me. It took me 7 years to go over to Northern Ireland. We've been together 7 years before I even went over. Took on a tour around, and then the troubles were still quite, they were there still. And I was told not to bring my English registration car around into the Catholic part of Derry. You certainly was short hair and that. It looked like I was a squaddy, a soldier sort of thing. So yeah, it's really interesting because at that stage in my life, I'd never come across that. I lived in Nottingham, brought up in quite the rough area of Nottingham, what is St Anne's, and it's really weird. And I kind of get where when you move to a country and you are the, shall we say, immigrant, for want of a better word, in that country. When you walk around and people give you dirty looks, and it's like, why are you giving me dirty looks? You don't know me. And I certainly felt that on that first moment I was there. Weird, isn't it? So, black pour, just a slightly off white head, just a sprinkling off white head there. Ooh, quite a boozy nose on this. Yeah, there's the honeycomb, but it is a boozy nose. Quite a yeah, quite a good nose on it. It's got a good intense nose on this fella. So before this beer review, never heard of this brewery. You'll hear of me by the way I've ended, because there'll be a beer review and you'll be across social media. It's what I do. It's what this channel does. This channel is all about promoting good beer from wherever in the world by using the power of social media to promote that beer rather, and to do an honest beer review. That's where I am. Honeycomb. Definitely honey on the taste. doesn't come across as a crunchy type of honeycomb. The honey taste is there, but it's like a more earthy honey than like a what you would call a crunchy sort of imperial stout. Oh, um, wow, bloody ABV is quite intense. I can feel it in my legs. You know when you're drinking it and you can feel the alcohol content in your legs. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Bloody hell, please tell me I'm not. Um, since I've had really bad anxiety, I can feel anxious moments run through my body. So they'll start at the top and they'll run through me, through my groin, which is really, really strange at times. You know, it's not a feeling that you want right the way down, all the way down to my legs and in my legs. And yeah, it's a weird feeling to feel anxiety down there. And I would suppose it's because over the years my body has become used to it and more sensitive to it. Hopefully that's the reason. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but you know, just anxiety. The honeycomb is becoming more prevalent now. Initially, there was a flavour that I really couldn't get, um, but now it's kicking in, and the honeycomb is coming more to the front. It's strange. It's funny how beers can be at times. Sometimes it's in your face, the flavour, the intentional flavour, and sometimes it sits in the background, and then it develops. We are at room temperature in the shed, so we are at 15 degrees in here. So for mid-November, which is basically what it is, that's a cracking temperature. Yes, I've got a daft hat on, only to hide my grey hair. You know, these things happen. Makes me look slightly younger, slightly. Yeah. I don't know by how much, but slightly. So let's pour the rest in. It's going down well. I do hope Ali and David are having a great time in Nottingham. It's lovely to see you in my home city. Please share your experiences of breweries on the Beer Review community channel because that's the perfect place for it. Share what you think of each pub, what you've had in each pub, because these are things, this promotes Nottingham pubs and breweries, which is lovely from my point of view, being someone who's very pro Nottingham. But it's interesting also to see an outsider's perspective. Sometimes you can be maybe too, what's the word? Loyal is a word to your locals. I've got to be honest that some pubs I am loyal to, other pubs I just, it's like, yeah, your beer's crap. Your Ranger beer is crap. I'm not interested. And this tends to be the thing with anything that's like the likes of Green King or Marston's in this area of the world. It's like, your beers are crap. You've got no cask. It's all keg. I don't want it. And without being awful, because that's not the way I am anyway. But yeah. I certainly get the honeycomb. I do get another flavour that I can't put my finger on. Yeah, there's just another flavour that for some reason I can't figure out what it is. be it good or bad. You know, it's one of those really. Is it my taste buds? Sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's your taste buds. Sometimes I've done beer reviews and all of a sudden I'm getting blue cheese, and you should be getting blue cheese on a beer review. You know, Stilton on a beer review. It's like, what? And I've had it and I'm like, why the hell am I getting a taste of blue cheese? And I can't myself put a finger on it. And it's one of those funny things with beer reviews where not always do you know what it is you're tasting. And are you getting a flavour that they didn't intend to be there, the brewers? You're just getting that flavour because of whatever circumstances. Or is it the age of the beer in the cans? There's a difficulty of knowing. And this is the interesting thing about beer reviews. You know, there are, sadly, the odd one or two out there that will drink a beer and pour it straight down the sink just to be, I don't know, you know, to create their own whatever. I don't understand that, because if you paid for something, you wouldn't chuck the beer down. You give it a chance. Now, I've drank some beers over the years, and there's been one or two that have been, oh, I mean, in 4 years of doing beer reviews, 4.5 years, only ever once did I chuck half a beer down a sink. Once. It was a cider. It was god awful. And, you know, I try to be positive. I learned from the likes of Theme Park Worldwide that positivity is king. You know, try to be positive. You know, even if you can't be positive, try to be as good as you can, and that is the way forward. Look for the positive aspects. Not every day is going to be a good day at theme parks. You know, things break down, and you know, it is what it is. And that's why I put my channel rather as it is, to be positive. Yeah. So we'll crack on. 12 minutes in. Yeah, honeycomb on the nose, no doubt about it. Honeycomb on the taste, with an element that I don't get. There is a part of the taste that I'm not sure of. Yeah, I get the honeycomb bit. The honeycomb bit shines in quite nicely, but there's a part of the taste that I don't. I'm not sure of. Rightly or wrongly, I'm not sure. You know. Certainly good ABV on this, and I'm ready for a sleep now. I've been babysitting all day, so a kip is in order. Obviously, nice strong beer, 9% Honeycomb Imperial Stout from Northern Ireland. That makes me super happy. When I go over to Northern Ireland, finally, want to go by car, want to buy as much beer to bring back as possible, and promote all the Northern Ireland breweries that I can. You know, as Raggy's Beer Reviews grows, and it is growing steadily, slowly but steadily growing, I want breweries across the UK to know that I'm going to do an honest, independent review, that even if there's an issue, I'll not be an arse. I'll do it right. You know, if I get a taste that I don't like, I'll say that I don't get that. You know, and that's the way. There's a way of saying stuff don't be an arse. Pour the beer down the sink because it's not your particular flavour. That to me is the best way of doing it. Wow. Till I've had a drink. Half steaming. Job's a good one. Can's empty. Glass is nearly empty. Still get the honeycomb and still get that. There's an aroma that I don't get. If anybody is watching from the brewery itself, what do you get? Am I missing an aroma? Is there something I'm supposed to get? I will remember the aroma. And, you know, I always wonder with any beer review, especially when it's local, because I care for my locals, that I'm getting something I shouldn't get, maybe an off flavour. And, yeah, it makes me wonder. But in any case, enjoying this. Slightly, it looks black on the camera. It looks like a dark brown to me, to be fair. Honeycomb, but with something else added. God knows what that other aroma is. I can't get it. But I do get it in the taste. Yeah, there's like an earthy something going off. I'm not sure. For me, massive thank you to Ali and Dave Hawkins for this. You know I was going to review it. Always lovely. Massively thankful for a new Irish brewery. That to me is amazing. The beer itself, I got the honeycomb side. I did get something else, and I'm not sure what the something else is. If it's a flavour, if someone comes back to me with a flavour that I can understand, then I'll understand that taste. As of now, I don't understand what I was tasting. So that to me is what it is. For me, a good 4.2 out of 5. But interesting, very interesting, and a massive thank you for this beer. And I'm sounding half twattered, so I'm going to knock off and yeah, go and sit on the settee and calm the beer down, because I've had 2 Imperial Stouts on the row, and yes, I can feel it. Cheers everyone, see you soon.